Hello everyone. Today we are going to give this arrangement a little makeover. Okay, this is an old one that I had upstairs at my old house, and during the move it did not make it. Plus I think it just needs a refresh. Okay, this was from several years ago. So I am going to pull everything out of this planter, and we are going to start over and make a fresh new arrangement. I don't know if we're going to be reusing these same elements or not. I know we're not going to use the magnolias. I don't think. We might use one. But anyway, I'm going to get all of these pulled out and we'll be back. Okay, so I have pulled everything out and I want to use up some scraps that I have. So that's what we're going to do. This is going to be for my home. And I want to use up some of the scraps I got laying around. So we're going to redo this into like an everyday arrangement. Very neutral. My home is very neutral with the creams, the whites, the greens, the naturals. So that's what we're going to be going with today. Now I'm going to use, I have 3 pieces of this fern that was left from some projects. So we're just going to get these added in here. We'll try to use up stuff I have. So I am just going towards the center a little bit. I'm going to pull this one out just a little bit more. And then have it kind of drape down the side. Okay. Now this, I had put some of the gaps and cracks in there. And then I just have some light moss in there. If I need to hit it with more moss later, we can. I have one other piece. So I'm going to put it back here, kind of in the center. I know this will be a front-facing design. Probably where I'm going to put it, it's going to be on the dresser. So it'll be front-facing. I'll pull this one back just a little hair. Just a hair. All right, and then I want to go in. I've got some scrap. Got some scrap ivy. Do I just have one piece of this? Let me see. We'll use up my scraps, y'all. Okay, I've got 2 scraps of ivy. So I'm going to cut this one up so I can get 3 pieces out of it. Okay. And let's see where I want this. I think I want it kind of drapey in the front. I'm going to have it right there. And I'm going to have this other one draping on the other side. Okay, and then we'll have this piece sort of coming up. Hit it with some blue. Okay, so we're just using up this scrap greenery to create our base. I have some of this. I think this came from Hobby Lobby last year, if I remember correctly. I'm going to cut this into maybe 2 pieces. Let's see. So that I can get this added in here. Let's see where I want it. I think I'm going to do 3 pieces. Cut it up into 3 pieces. Put one in the front here. I'm going to get this one added on the other side in the front. Okay, got those here in the front. Let's get our last piece. I think we're going to go on this side with it. All right. So we're pretty good with our greenery base there. Now I have these scrap Real Touch hydrangeas. So I'm going to get these added. I'm going to add a pick on these. So I had pulled these off of some project, I don't know what, and I had them laying around. So we are going to get them added. I'm going to go right in the center with that one. And where are the other two at? There's one. There they are. Got a mess going on over here. This is going to be a quick little makeover. Y'all hear snoring? That's Shelby. She's taking a nap over there. All day, every day. Oh Lord, she's going to town, y'all. Okay. So that's what we have so far. Now I want to go in with, I've got some scrap snowball sprays, and I have these, actually these are leftover ones of these. I have a couple in my bin over here of the Cosmos. So I have these cream Cosmos. These are new in the shop, and this is a couple pieces I had left from another project that I did. So I'm going to get a couple of these added. I don't like the leaves on these, so I always pluck them off. I mean, I'll leave a little baby leaf that's near the bud, but the other leaves I take off. Okay, so I've got two added. I've got three. Okay, I've got three of these. Good, because I like to work in odd numbers. So let me see where I want this one. I think I'm going to go out the front a little bit with this one. I'm going to give it a bend. Okay, so we've got a little triangle pattern and we've got threes. Okay, let's move on. We have some of these little snowball sprays. These are pretty. These are new. But I've already used them in, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 different projects, and so I've got some leftovers. So let's get these added. They're pretty. I like them. They're called snowball, but they look like little hydrangeas, like little mini. So maybe they're little snowball hydrangeas. I don't know. They don't say hydrangea, but that's what they look like. So we're going to get a few of these added here and there. I want a taller piece, I think, back here. Flip it down just a hair so I can add a pick. It's just this gaps and cracks, whatever I use. It's very thick. That pick did not go on there very good, but we'll glue it. It's just for my house, so I'm not going to be too picky with it. I think I want to pull that one a little bit closer. So I'll pull that out. See, the pick just came right off. So we're going to redo. I can get it off my fingers. There, that one was better. That one was better. Okay, I'm going to go closer to the center. It was sticking out a little bit too far for me. Okay, and let's get a couple added in the front. So I am breaking into a new one for this just because I didn't have enough scraps. I'm going to add a couple in the front. Get another one. Beautiful. I think I stuck myself with that pick. So I'm going to take a time out. I'm going to put a Band-Aid on this and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's a little public service announcement. If you use the pick machine, be very careful. Those picks are sharp and they will cut. I have done it many, many times. I'm going to take one more of these. For some reason, my pick machine is acting up today. It is not wanting to close all the way. I think I want some on the sides. I don't want to be left with more scraps, so I'm going to try to use all of these. I'm going to have some coming out the side. And I am going to have to put a pick on it. So I'm going towards the center, but I've left the stem long enough, so even though I went in the center, it's coming out the side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I need to fix that one. All right. That is pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty. All right, we have one more. We are going to use this. I am not hanging on to another scrap piece, so maybe we can put it right there. All right, let's add in, so this is something that's not a scrap, but I wanted to add, I like to either add some berries or some sort of fun little element, and we have these new little thistle sprays in stock. So I want to add a few of these old thistles in here. Just to give it a little fun element, a little bit of drama in here. And I'm sort of keeping them at different heights. Get a couple added here in the front. Okay, I think I'm going to do 2 more. And then I'm going to have leftover thistles, so I'm going to have to use it on something else. See, this is where all my scraps come from. Because I open a bush and I don't use it all. That's okay though. I can make less expensive arrangements with some of these scraps. I'm going to come out a little bit towards the side with those. Give that a little bit of a bend. There we go. Love it. So pretty. Okay. I have one little Queen Anne's lace piece that was laying around. So I'm just going to get it added in the front. I have a couple of these little greenery bits. So I'm going to use them as filler. Sort of in the back. Because like I said, it's not going to get seen from the back. So I'm going to use a couple of those little filler pieces in there. So, are those the only two I have? I think so. Okay. Alright, now I have a couple of pieces of this little greenery. So let's get some of this added. So this is just bringing all kinds of little fun greenery textures in here with all the little greenery scraps. And I think it's turning out beautifully. Perfect. I think it's going to go in my guest bedroom. I'm going to add this one in the back as well on that other side. So I just added them. I'm filling in kind of holes back here with those. Now I've got a couple pieces. Let's get some added in the front. I have one big piece. I may cut it up. Let me see. Let me see if I want to leave it clustered and kind of weave it in. Ooh, I kind of like the cluster. Let me see. See if I can get it in there for a second. What do I do? So I'm going to leave it clustered just like that. Because I like and I'm just going to kind of weave the flowers, weave it kind of back in there and the flowers poking through the front. But then I don't have to cut it up. I'm going to add a little blue in there. I barely poked it in there, I think. I love it. All right, y'all. So here is our finished little arrangement. That was super quick. I don't even know how much time it is. I'll have to tell you once I do the editing. But super quick. I just reused some scraps that I had laying around. Except for that thistle spray, I think everything was just scraps. So we did a little makeover from our original magnolia design into this sort of beautiful natural white and cream. I think it turned out beautifully. If you are new to our channel, we would love to have you subscribe. Hit that little notification bell and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials. And if you're interested in learning more about silk floral design, whether it be wreaths, centerpieces, arrangements, swags, all the things, holidays are coming up. We'll be doing lots of Christmas designs soon. We would love to have you in our private design group. So we have more detailed instructions in there. We have a nice little community. We do lives, Q&As, and things like that. So we would love to have you. There will be a link down in the description of this video where you can go and check out a little bit more about the group. We do have a free trial as well. So if you just want to take a peek, you are welcome to do so. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, bye y'all.